In the computing environment, there is a special tool or software that helps every computer user to have a better management of a file or a folder on the computer system, and this special tool or software is known as the File Explorer. In this video, we are going to have an in-depth tutorial of how the Windows Explorer, which is another name for the File Explorer, works, and also how it equips every computer user to have a better management of his files or directories. So without any further ado, let's dive in and explore this special tool. Now, one may ask, what is File Explorer? As I said earlier, the File Explorer is also known as the Windows Explorer, and this tool is a file browser available in Microsoft Windows operating system, and it also helps users to navigate and manage their available drives, created folders and files on the computer system. Now that we have this brief description about the File Explorer, how can a user get access to this Explorer and open it? I'm going to glance you through different ways you can access the File Explorer on your Windows interface and start working with it to manage your files and folders. So the first way to get access to your File Explorer is by using a simple keyboard shortcut, and that is to hold the Windows key and the letter E. Now you can see that this has opened or launched this File Explorer on my Windows interface. So this is the first approach. As a user, when you are conversant with a keyboard shortcut, just pressing this keyboard shortcut will open this special software on your desktop background. Another way to open this program is to hold the Windows key and the letter R. This displays the run command, and in this field you can see that I normally work with this tool, therefore I have its name displayed in this field, and that is to type explorer.exe. and when you do this, or when you type this into this field and click on OK, this is going to beautifully launch the File Explorer on your Windows interface. Now the next approach you can use to open this is to right click on the start button on the Windows taskbar, and we have the option to choose run. And when you choose run, you have the field, you can type the name and then click on OK. You can also use the keyboard shortcut Windows S. This is going to open up the search window of your Windows interface, and you have the option to type the File Explorer. And if the File Explorer is an app or a tool you normally use, whenever you open your search window, you are going to have it in the top apps section. So you can see that I have File Explorer display here, therefore I can click to open. Another way to open this program is to click on the start button, and then in this section you can search for File Explorer in this field, and you're going to have its app display, and you can click on it. You can also choose all apps, and then you can have the option to navigate and choose the File Explorer from this section. Therefore when I click on this, this is going to open on my Windows interface. You can also use Windows X on the keyboard. This displays this pop-up window, and you can choose File Explorer. But quickly, if you have this program pinned to your taskbar, you are going to have the icon displayed on the taskbar. Therefore when you have a click on this, this opens up the File Explorer from your Windows interface. If you want to learn how to pin a specific program on your taskbar on your Windows interface, I have a video that shows you how to do this, and I'm going to link that video in this description of this current video. Check it out after watching this video and learn how to pin programs on the taskbar. Now we have this window open, and this window is the representation of the File Explorer tool. Therefore we are going to have an overview of this window so that we can understand the anatomy of this particular window. The first section we need to tackle in this window is to move to the top right corner, and we have this section here, and this section is known as the control box. It can also be called the control menu. Why? Because it consists of these buttons, and these buttons are available to help you to control this entire window that we have here. This window we have can be controlled and also managed by this particular button. That is why this is called the control box. Now the first button to the right is this particular button known as the close button. The function of this is to close the entire window permanently, especially if you are done using this particular tool. So if I click on this, you can see that I have closed this window from the Windows interface. Now the next one is this particular button known as the maximize button. The function of this button is to maximize or enlarge this window to fully cover the desktop. So if I click on this, you can see that this has covered the entire screen of my computer system and I have no access to the desktop background. And that is the function, especially if you want to have this in a full screen mode, then the best option is to click on the maximize button. Now we have an additional button known as the restore down. This helps you to restore the window to its previous look. That is, if you have already adjusted this particular window, then anytime you click on this restore down, that is going to restore it to that particular look, and this is the effect that we have. And you could remember when we launched this particular window, this was its look before we maximize it. Therefore, anytime you restore it, you are going to have this look. Now to the left we have this minus symbol, which is called the minimize button, and this button works similarly to this button, but this works on temporal basis whilst this works on permanent basis. When you click on this closes this window temporarily. Therefore, this window is located on the Windows taskbar. So if mistakenly you have your pointer clicking on that button, don't assume that this app is closed permanently from your Windows interface. Therefore, it is found on the Windows taskbar. So if I move to the taskbar, I have it here, and when you place your pointer on this icon, you have the preview of the window that is open. Therefore, when you click, you have your window back and fully on your Windows interface. So that is the function of this section known as the control box. The next one I want to talk about is the title bar. This is the title bar of this window. This area you see is called the title bar. The function of this is to keep the control box and also to keep all the individual tabs you are going to create on this bar. So this is the home tab, and this home tab is found on the title bar. So the function of this title bar is to keep the control box and also the individual tabs you are going to open that is going to be displayed on this section. So that is the title bar. The next one of this particular window, that is the next section of this particular window, is called the navigation buttons, and the navigation pane is located below an open tab or the title bar, and these buttons that we have here is called the navigation buttons. The function of this is this helps you to move up to a particular directory. So currently, let's assume I'm located in this directory, which is the download, and when you move upwards to the title bar, it's going to keep the tab that you've opened within this section, which we will get to it very soon. So if this is what is selected here, we are going to have it displayed here, and therefore when I choose this button, this moves me to the desktop. If I choose this button, which is back to downloads, this moves me to the downloads folder. So anytime you want to access the desktop, you choose this that says up to desktop. If I choose this and move to this section, it says up to desktop. So anytime you have a directory selected and you want to move to the main directory or the main folder that consists of that subdirectory, then you need to click on this up button. But this is for back and also this is for forward. When you click on this, this takes you to the previous directory that you just opened, and this takes you up to the desktop. And also when I open a folder here, this folder is located in the local disk C. Therefore when I choose this, this is different. This is taking me to the folder that consists of this subfolder. This is a subfolder with these items that we have here, and this folder is also located in a particular folder, which is what we have here. So this is the main directory, which is Jonas document, and this contains this subfolder, and this subfolder contains this particular files. Therefore, if you want to move to this folder when you are located in this, then it is purposely for you to use this up button, and that is going to jump you to that main folder. And as you can see, when I place this here, these items are also found in a main directory, and the main directory is what we have there, my personal directory. So if I click, you can see that I have this in that particular personal directory. So that is the up arrow. So the function of this up arrow is to take you to the individual parental folder. So as you can see, every parental folder is served as a subfolder to another folder, and I hope you are getting it. And this helps you to move back to a particular folder. This helps you to move forward in that previous folder. So these are the navigation buttons that helps you to move back, forward, and also up to help you navigate through your files and the directories. Now the next one is called a refresh button. This is the refresh button, and as I said earlier in my explanation of the file explorer, I said this is a file browser. So it actually works like the web browser that we have on the internet, and when you click on this, this refreshes your items in a particular directory. So if I select this, this tells me that I have selected 3 items, and when I click, it's going to refresh, and then that is going to deselect these items. If I select this and this and click on this refresh, this is going to refresh the page so that we have it as a normal window that we just open, which has no operation done. So if I select these 3 items as I illustrated before, click on this refresh button, and that is going to refresh the page so that any item selected will be deselected. So that is the function of the refresh button. Let's assume that I right click on this item and choose refresh. Nothing happens because I have a pop-up window here, but in this pop-up window I can choose refresh, and as you can see, right click, more options, refresh, and that is going to refresh the page for us. Now the next button that we are going to talk about is the address bar. The address bar is found beside the refresh button, and this address bar is going to show you all the path or the channel that you went through before getting access to a particular file or a directory. So you can see that we have this PC, we have new volume D, and we have my personal directory. It means that we first access the this PC icon, and then we access the new volume D icon before getting access to this particular file. And you can see that there's an arrow here. When you click, this shows you the subfolders within this directory, and then in this window you can see that we have this subfolders available, and these are the items. And as you can see perfectly, it tells you that these are located in this directory. Therefore, if I open this, you can see that now there has been an ellipse button here. This tells you that this PC is hidden, and then this is the next directory, and this is also the next directory. Therefore, in this directory, if I click on this, this is going to show me all the directories involved in this, and that is what we have here. We have background pictures, we have computing pictures, and that is what we have in this list. So this address bar always show you the current location and also the previous location integrated, and that is going to be shown in this field to let you know where you are located as a computer user. And as I said, this helps you to navigate and manage your files. Now let's move to the next section. The next section is called the search box. The search box is found beside the address bar, and this area is called the search box. Now this helps you to search your window to find files and folders, especially if you are finding it difficult to allocate your file or folder, or wherever you have positioned or saved that particular file. If you are finding it difficult to allocate, then the best option is to move to this search box, click, and then you have your cursor blinking and search for that particular file. So if I search for, you can see that I have searched for CMD, and this is going to display all files or folders that have this related search. So this is what I have here, and I can quickly click to open. If I search for another item, if you search for any item and that item that you have is not relating to this search, then the information you are going to have is no items match your search. Therefore, it means that you have to research and search for the particular thing that you have saved, or the particular name that relates to your file or your directory. So this helps you to search for files and folders. Now anytime you close the search box, you get back to wherever you were located before you search for this particular item. If I type any folder name here, because I search for movie, these are items that are related to this particular search. So if I scroll and I found out any of these files or folders that relate to my search, I can just double click to open. And if you want to close, you click on this button. You can also press the escape key on the keyboard to cancel this search. Another way to get access to this search is to press the F3 on the keyboard. That is the functional key F3. If you are using your laptop, you can use the F3 on the keyboard. And you can see that I have my cursor blinking. I can search, and that is going to pop out whatever search I'm going to have in this particular section. So I hope we are getting the understanding of this window, that is the anatomy of this particular window. The next section we are going to look at is called the new command, and this new command is located below the navigation button. So this is the new command, and what is the function of this? As compared to the Windows 10 File Explorer, we don't actually have this position here, rather we have it on the menu bar. But in this case, you can see that we don't have the menu bar, which has the file, the home, the insert, the view. But this time around, this has a separated section where you can use this particular element to perform different actions. So this window gives you so many options. When I click, it gives me this sub menu, and we have folder, shortcut, and we have other things that you can utilize here. And this is similar to right clicking in the File Explorer of Windows 10 operating system. When I click on this arrow, this also displays this particular option. So let's assume that I am located in this area, and therefore when I move to this and click, I have this option. I can create a folder. So if I click on this, this is going to create a folder in this particular interface. Now when I select this and choose new, I have another option to create a folder. That means this is not going to create a subfolder in this folder, rather I'm going to create a different folder in the same position. So it doesn't matter whether an item is selected or not. So the new command gives you so many options. You can create shortcuts, you can create a database from Microsoft Access, you can have some auto hotkey scripts, you can have some bitmap image, Microsoft Word document. If I want to create a document, I can click on this, and I'm going to have its icon. I can give a file name, open this file, and start creating my document. So you can see that this new command have so many options you can look up to manage and also navigate your files and folders. Now the next one we are going to talk about is the command bar. The command bar is found beside the new command, which is this particular bar that we have here, and this bar is called the command bar. Now the option of this bar is to give you some tools that can help you to manage your files and folders. Now currently these tools are faded out, they are not activated. If these elements can be activated, then you need to select an item within the current space you are working within. Therefore, if I select this and move back to my command bar, you can see that this command is activated, which is the cat command. This one is called the copy command, this one is called the paste command, and this one is also called the rename command, the share command, and also we have the delete command. Now anytime you want to activate these commands, you need to select an item. Let's assume I select this file. Now you can see that I have this share command activated, but when I selected this was deactivated. It means that in this case I can't share this folder, rather I have to select a file that is going to activate this share command so that I can share this file with others. So cut means to move this from its original location to a different location, and also the copy command is to make a duplicate. So if I select this, now you can see that the paste command is activated, which is going to allow me to paste this copied item to a different location. So if I use my navigation buttons and get access to this section, I can choose paste, and this is going to paste the command that I selected and also copied from the previous directory into this particular directory. So if I use my forward button, this file is located here, as well as when I move to my previous location I have this file available. So this is how to use the copy and the paste command, and this is also similar to the cut command, and this time around this is going to move this from its original location. If I select this, cut, move to this section and then choose paste, this is going to paste this item in this area. Therefore when I move back to my previous directory, I have the file not seen here, which means I have cut and pasted. And when you select an item, you have the option to choose rename, and you can give a new name to this particular item, and you can hit the enter key or click any area of this interface, and this has helped me to rename this particular folder. You can share by choosing a file, choose this icon. You are going to have this share window. You can search the email of that particular contact, or you can choose any of these apps that we have here: Feedback Hub, Microsoft Teams, Outlook, email, and that will help you to share this particular file with other people. Now the next one is this delete button. When you select, you can choose this, and this is going to delete this item from this particular location. Now the next section of this file explorer is this sort command. This command helps you to sort and group options. So if I click on this, I have name, date modified, type. We have the more option to go by size, date created, author's name, tags, title. We also have ascending, descending, and also we can group by these options that we have here. Now if I click on this, this is sorted by name. So if I choose date modified, you can see that my items has changed in positioning based on the option that I chose in the sort by option. If I choose type, this has changed. When I go to more and choose size, nothing happens. Date created, you can see that this has changed, and now this is the current folders that I just created, and that has started before the older folders that has been created. If I move here, I can choose ascending, descending. You can also move to this section and choose group by, and you can group by name, date modified, type. So if I choose date modified, you can see that this has grouped these items. So we have today, last week. So now that we have this in groups, if I want to access directories or files that are in the last week group, I'm going to click on this, and that is going to display for me to access them. If I want to have today's own, I'm going to click, and I'm going to have these items. So this means that I have accessed these items today. Now if I move back, I can choose group by date created. Now you can see that this is the current folders I created. Therefore these two directories are located in the today group, whilst this is located in last week group. You can go back, group by, and choose authors, and this one is unspecified because these items were created by the username of this particular computer. and therefore we have no specification for this particular option. So that is the sort option in the File Explorer window. The next one is the View button, which is this helps you to lay out and view options in this particular window. If I click, I have the extra large. This is going to have your icons and files viewed in the extra large mode. You can choose large icons, you can choose medium, you can choose small icons. We have so many options here, details, and any of them that suits your preference, you can do that in this particular window. And this helps you to manage and navigate your files and folders. We also have show, where you can show navigation pane. That's if you want to have some settings. And where is the navigation positioned? This area is the navigation pane. Therefore, if I choose navigation, that is going to hide the navigation pane. Move back, show, I have the navigation pane. And now you also have this option, that is compact view. When you click, you have this compact view shown here. And also when we move, we have item checkboxes. And when you do this, this gives you the option to provide some checkboxes beside your items. So if you want to select without using the keyboard, you can click on these checkboxes to select your items. You can also move back, show, and then have file name extensions. You can also display hidden items or not, and all these are preference to you, and you can do so in this particular window. Now the next is this particular ellipse button. When I click, it says see more. This is where you can undo certain tasks you have performed in this particular window. You can also pin to quick access. You can select all. So when you choose select all, you have all your items selected. You can also move to all, and now you have additional information here. It says select none, and that is going to deselect these options. You can also have invert selection. This is when if I select these 2 items or 3 items, choose this option and choose invert selection. That is going to ignore the items I manually selected, and that is going to prompt this window to select other items I did not select it. So that is the option invert selection. You can also click and have some properties of a particular item that is selected. You are going to have the preview in this particular window. This is where you are going to locate the file type or the folder type, the location, the size on disk, and all these gives you an overview of that item selected. We also have this option that says options. This gives you the folder options, and you can explore some settings to this particular window or the particular item that is selected. Now to the right of this ellipse button, we have this details icon. This shows or hide the details pane. If I click on this, this is what I have here. It says select a single file to get more information and share your cloud content. So if I select this is going to show me the name of this item and some properties. To have further properties, I can click on this icon, which is properties, and this is going to display the window or the properties window of this item which is selected. Now let's assume I select a file. I'm going to change the preview to this option. I'm going to double click. Now if I select this, you can see that I have this file name, which is basic operations, and then I have the option to share this file, and also this shows me the file type, the size, the location, and it gives me more option about this file that is selected. I can also further click on this to have some more properties about this selected file. So that is the function of this details icon. It shows some details of a particular item that is selected. You can even select an item in the navigation pane and then select a file. So now this is going to show you the file name and other details about this file. If you want to close this, you just click, and that is going to collapse this. Another way to have that details open, when you select a file, you can hold the Alt key and the letter P, and that is going to show you the preview pane. You can also hold the Shift key, the Alt key, and the letter P, and that is also going to display the details pane. So this is the details pane. If you want to have a preview pane, Alt P. If you want to have a detail pane, Alt Shift and the letter P. And this is going to provide you with a details pane based on the item selected in this window. To close, you can click on this button to close. So that is the function of this icon in this File Explorer window. The next section of this window is the navigation pane, and the navigation pane is located below the new button, which is this section. This section is called the navigation pane, and this navigation pane has a lot of things that can provide to computer users. It gives you all the sections or directories that are available. So currently we have these pictures selected, and that is on the tab of the title bar. So if I click on this, there is a folder in this navigation pane, and this shows whatever items that is contained in this folder. So these items are located in this folder. So this section is called the navigation pane. It helps you to navigate through the Windows Explorer within different directories, both main directories and sub directories. So if I choose desktop, I have items on the desktop: downloads, documents, pictures, music, folders. Then this is also an item. So this section is called the navigation pane. Simply, it helps you to navigate through the File Explorer to identify some items that you need to access or you need to work with it in this special window. The next section of this window is the file or folder display section, and this section that is found beside the navigation pane is called the file or folder display section. Why is it so? When you select an item in this navigation pane, you have its related content displayed here. So the content displayed here might be a folder or a file. So if I select this folder, this consists of these files. If I select this consists of this file. If I select this volume disk, I have a folder which is stored in this volume D. Therefore, this is an item known as a folder. That is why this section is called the file or folder display option or section, because items that can be displayed here are either file or a folder. The next one I want to introduce to you in this section of this window is the status bar. This area is called the status bar. So this area that is known as the status bar tells you the number of items selected and also other items or details related to the item. So if I select this, it tells me that I have one item, and this one item I have only one selected. If I move to this in the navigation pane, it tells me that I have 4 items in this folder, and truly these items are located here and they are only 4. If I select all of them, it tells me that I have 4 items selected. If I select one, it tells me that I have 1 item selected, and it's even further display the size of that file. If I select this, 1 item selected, and this is the size of this file, and overall it tells me that I have 4 items. If I choose this, I have 3 items here. If I select this, I have 1 item. Select this, I have 1 item selected, and this is the size of this item. Now when you move to the right side of this status bar, we have these 2 buttons, and this one says displays item by using large thumbnails, and this is displays information about each item in the window. If I select this, this tells me that I have this in the list form, and when I select this, I have this in the large icon forms. So these 2 buttons help you to navigate between the view options of your items. You can even use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl Shift and the number 6 to change the preview, Ctrl Shift and the number 2, and this takes you to the large icons view. So this is the overview of the File Explorer window, and also you have the option to adjust the window using the left right, top, and then down of this particular window. So that is the File Explorer window. You might also see this bar, which is known as the vertical scroll bar, to move up and down. This bar can also be shown in this area if your files are more, or your files that are located here are many. Especially if I move to this, open this and open this folder, you can see that I have this scroll bar here which I can move up and down, and if I collapse this, I have it moving down, up, to view other hidden options. So this is the vertical scroll bar. I hope this explanation of this File Explorer in Windows 11 has given you a further understanding, and also if you find this application intimidated for the first time, this tutorial is going to broaden your knowledge, and now you have this as a user-friendly interface which you can explore without any assistance, and it can help you to manage and also navigate your files and folders. Thank you, and I hope we've had a very good lesson. Let's put this into practice, and also if this has been helpful, please consider to like, share, comment, and as usual, subscribe if you are new to this channel and be part of this great community.